And we begin here at 5 with a very emotional day in the Summit County courtroom. And we want to warn you, some of the video in this story is disturbing.
Now, this was the day a teen learned his punishment for committing a murder on an Akron Metro RTA bus while other passengers watched in horror. Kevon Jackson was just 17 years old when he shot and killed William Howell in May of last year. Now, before the sentence, Howell's family spoke about their heartache.
It's nothing I can do to bring her back, but I just wanted to let you know you really hurt me.
News 5's Bob Jones covered this story when it first happened almost 18 months ago. He was in court for today's emotional sentencing.
Surveillance video from an Akron Metro bus is disturbing and heartbreaking. In May of last year, 21-year-old William Howell boarded a bus, and police say as he walked towards the back of it, he had words with Kevon Jackson. Moments later, Jackson pulled a gun and fired more than a dozen shots directly at Howell, hitting him 10 times. As frightened passengers ran from the bus, one stayed, trying to provide aid. But Howell died. He leaves behind a young daughter and several other devastated relatives.
It's nothing I can do to bring her back, but I just wanted to let you know you really hurt me.
Before the punishment was handed down in court, Howell's family addressed Jackson, who is now 18 years old.
How would you feel if that was your mom or your sister? And you sit up here and it's like you got a smirk on your face.
And I get so tired of us blaming the white man. White man is not our problem. We are our problem. We kill more of each other than any other group.
Police shoot more white men in America than they do black males. You cannot prove me wrong. If you look at the FBI numbers, statistically, they shoot more white males than anybody. The motherfucking white boy at home tripping out at his mom and he's having his mental health breakdown, they shoot his goddamn ass too. They black people won't go get the facts. They black people won't go get the facts. They black people won't go get the facts.
We don't see it like we see the black deaths.
Well, because the media only give it to you when they know you're gonna tear up some shit. You don't even know when the last black shooting because it wasn't nothing to tear nothing up over. There was a black guy shot here recently, but it wasn't enough to make you guys tear up nothing. The media only gives it to you when they're gonna go into riots. So if you're waiting on the media to find out Black Lives Matter or black shootings, you don't give a fuck no way.
It's like you don't care.
Jackson's attorney says there was some sort of altercation between the two before the bus shooting. And today, Jackson said he was sorry for how this ended.
I'm not saying it's justified for me shooting him, me taking his life, but I ain't go looking for trouble that day.
As Judge Christine Croce handed down her sentence of 18 years to life, she also made it a point to talk about what a tragedy this is, not only for both families, but for the community as a whole.
So unless and until we start teaching our youth that gun violence is not acceptable, this will continue to happen.
Shortly after the hearing ended, emotion spilled into a court hallway where there was screaming and punches thrown between the two families. A victim advocate for the Summit County Prosecutor's Office was caught in the melee and went to urgent care after she hit her head on a wall. The Sheriff's Office is investigating possible charges.
To me personally, I think this has ruined 2 lives.
Today we also heard from Akron Police Sergeant Rob Horvath, who chased down Jackson after the murder about a quarter mile away. He was working Metro security that day.
I mean, your adrenaline's growing, you have natural fear because you just heard gunshots that were 30 feet away from you. So that is terrifying.
The deadly bus shooting left many people stunned last year, and today emotions from the tragedy came rushing back. And before Jackson left the court in handcuffs, Howell's sister had these words.
I hope that you find God and ask for forgiveness.
In Akron, Bob Jones, News 5.
Do white lives matter?
White lives? It's a bit of a tricky question.
No, not in the slightest.
Yes, they're trying to censor the truth.
No.
Why not?
Black lives matter.
I really don't give a f about white lives.
Black lives matter.
I really don't give a f about white lives. We're gonna
divide and conquer. That's the easiest way to break a nation. Divide and conquer. That's the easiest way to break a nation. Or divide and conquer. That's the easiest way to break a nation or a group of people. Just divide them and separate them, make them think that one is on the other side and this and that, and make them fight amongst each other. This is how they've done it for years, for centuries. The oligarchs or the Illuminati or whatever you want to call it, they divide and conquer. This is how they get it done. So why do you think that they're not doing that right now in so many different ways?
Rwanda went into the genocide like similar to the Holocaust of the Jews. The leaders did not teach unity. They just taught hate.
Why are you shipping these immigrants up north? We need them to pick the crops. We need them to pick the crops. We need them to pick the crops down here.
I am not asking anybody to take a chance on me. I'm asking you to take a chance on your own aspirations.
I'm not just asking you to take a chance on me. I'm also asking you to take a chance on your own aspirations.
I haven't spent much of my life in politics, which most of you know, but I've spent enough time in Washington to know how much we need to change Washington.
I haven't spent a lot of time learning the ways of Washington, but I've been there long enough to know that the ways of Washington must change.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about trouble and trend of irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
It was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. And you ain't black. And you ain't black. And you ain't black.
I'm going to take a different tack from beginning. We are at this point, this is not about black and white, rich and poor, blue collar, white collar. We're fighting for the heart and soul of our nation.
I say the future is ours. If you can count.
63% of youth suicides are from single mother homes. 90% of homelessness and runaway children are from single mother homes.
You can't put that on the mother.
85% of children who show behavioral disorders are from single mother homes. 80% of rapists with anger problems are from single mother homes. 71% of high school dropouts are from single mother homes. 70% of youths in operated institutions are from single mother homes. 80% of all the youths that are in prison are from single mother homes. This shows that boys and girls need both their mother and their father. Boys and girls need both their mother and their father. Boys and girls need both their mother and their father. And I will tell you, as a father, I know from raising my son that he needs both me and his mother in his life.
I say the future is ours. If you can count.
Who said that?
Big Sexy.
I'm going to take a different tack from beginning. We are at this point, this is not about black and white, rich and poor, blue collar, white collar. We're fighting for the heart and soul of our nation.
I don't want to be a bully.
It's not fucking bullying. Everybody's so soft. It's tough love.
All right, we're teammates. We're brothers.
Yeah?
I'd go to the wall for you.
Yeah?
Are you my brother?
You're my brother.
Would you go to the wall for me?
I'll go to the wall.
Then you're allowed to call me a fucking useless cunt on your way there.
Yeah?
Hell yeah, fuck yeah. Hell yeah, fuck yeah.
I'm going to take a different tack from beginning. We are at this point, this is not about black and white, rich and poor, blue collar, white collar. We're fighting for the heart and soul of our nation.